Hello, Sudoku friends, and good morning. Welcome to the New York Times Hard Sudoku Puzzle. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of October, 2023. Today we had to wait a little longer for the puzzle to materialize. Yesterday it was available, I think, about 4 hours earlier than today. But no matter, we'll see how we can deal with it. I do see a 1 blocking down here, and this 1 blocks across, so 1 must go here. But 5 blocks down here, 5 goes here or here, and therefore here or here. For the column, we also need to find 9, 8, and a 1. 8 and a 1 here, so this is a 5 or a 9. There's another little trick here. I think a 7, 3 blocks across here, and a 7, 3 blocks up here. So these two squares must be a 7 and a 3. Therefore, since this 6 blocks up, one of these must be a 6. We also have this 6. So this blocks across here, a ghost 6 blocks across here, and this 6 blocks up here. So here's a 6. We have a 7 for this position because of these two 7s blocking across. So here's a 7, yes. Now we are going to have a 4 either here or here, and therefore here or here. We also have 4 blocking across here and up here. So one of these is 4, and we will eventually have 4 in one of these 3 squares. There's only a single 9 in this puzzle from the beginning, so we'll see if that is going to present any huge problems. The 8 blocks across here, one of these is going to be an 8. That might be a good hint for later, because now we know that an 8 for block 1 must go either here, here, or here. We need a 2 in block 6 here. We have this 2 blocking across, and this 2 blocking across, and this 2 blocking down, and this 2 blocking up. So a 2 must go here. We also said earlier that a 4 had to go here or here. Remember how this 4 blocks across here, and therefore a ghost 4 blocks across here. This 4 blocks down. So it's clear that a 4 must go here. Look at this, we got a 3, 6 blocking here, we got a 3, 6 blocking here. So these two must be a 3 and a 6. Therefore, these two must be a 5 and a 9 remote pair. I'm not sure I can figure out how to place the 5, 9, and an 8 in these 3 empty squares. I will have to let it simmer a little. We need to find a 7 for the third row from the top. Row 3. This 7 blocks here and here, this 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here. So it's clear that the 7 must go here now. We did talk about how these two squares must be a 3 and a 7. Since we now have found the 7, we know that this must be the 3. Now we have these two 3s blocking across, and we've got this 3 blocking up. So a 3 must go here. And that makes it pretty easy to find a 3, 4, or 5, because these two 3s block like so. So here's a 3. And we know that these two had to be a 3 and a 6, don't we? So the 6 is forced here. Now we have 6 here or here, and here or here. That's not helpful. But we can find a 4 now as well for the third row, because this 4 blocks up and this 4 blocks over. So here's a 4. And now we need a 1 and an 8 for these two squares here. Let's see, 1 blocks up and over. Not quite sure about those yet. We do have a 4 and a 7 here and a 4 and a 7 here. So it's clear that a 4 and a 7 must go up here in 2 of these 3 squares. The 7, of course, can't go here. So what about the 2, 8, and the 9? 2, of course, can't go here. Unfortunately, the 2 can't go here and here. But I've been staring at this for some time without actually seeing it. And now my eyes are wide open. We have these 7s here, forcing a 7 to go here, right? We have this 5 blocking down, so here's a 5. So we've got 5 and a 7 in these two squares. And that raises a question, what are these three squares. They're not 5 and 7. There must be a 1, 4, and a 9. So we got a 1 blocking up here and a 1 blocking over here. One of these is a 1. 4 we don't know anything about. So let's continue and inspect column 7. 5, 9 here, therefore a 1, 6, and a 9 here. We got a 1 and a 6 blocking this square, which therefore must be a 9. And by the way, before I forget it, now we can place a 9 in the corner, because one of these must be a 9 blocking up. This 9 blocks up, and this 9 blocks across. So the 9 goes here. That out of the way, let's get back to these two squares. They, as I said, must be a 1 and a 6. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about that, I think, for the time being. Here now we're looking for a 1, 8, and a 5. The 1 and an 8 forces a 5 to go here. This is now a 1, 8 pair. And for these squares, we need to find a 4, 5, 9, and a 3. 9, 5, this is a 4, 3. 4, 5, this is a 9, 3. But now at least we know that two of these squares here must be a 5 and a 9, don't we? Because we have a 5 and a 9 blocking here, and we have a 5 and a 9 blocking here. But before I venture further into the abyss, I might as well enter a 9 here, because it's been glaringly obvious for some time that a 9 must go here. Therefore, we have here a 5 and an 8. Since one of these is a 5 blocking up, we have this 5 blocking over. A 5 is forced into this square here. Now these two must be an 8 and a 2. The 8 blocks up, giving me a 2 here and an 8 here. And that takes care of a few things, I think. We have a 2 and 2 here blocking these 4 squares, and this 2 blocks here. So a 2 must go up here. We know that this 7 blocks here, making a 4 out of this square, and this must be a 7 now. Still a 1, 8 here and here. We are getting very close now. So 4, 7, 9 for these squares here, because these are, of course, still 5 and an 8. And giving the 8 blocking down here and this 8 blocking down here and this 8 blocking across here, it's clear that an 8 must go here. Now we have these two 8s blocking across and this 8 blocking down, so an 8 must go here. Here now we have a 5 and a 9, because we have a 5 and a 9 blocking here, right? So 5, 9 here, but this was a 1, 8, remember? Now we know it's a 1 here and an 8 here. And that gives me a 1 for this square. Here now, a 9 and an 8. The 8 blocks up, giving me a 9 here and an 8 here. These two must be a 1 and a 6. We also have 6s here or here. And we know that these are 5, 7, therefore one of these must be a 1 blocking up, giving me a 1 here and a 6 here, and therefore a 6 here. Now a 3 and an 8 here. Still a 1, 4, 9 here. 1 blocking down though, here and here. So here's a 1. This is a 5 or a 9. 9 blocks down. So we need a 9 for one of these two squares. There must be a good way to figure out which one it's going to be. Let's begin by examining this row 8. We need to find 1, 4, 5, 7, 9. 1, 4, 7, 9. Guess what? This is a 5. Can we do more with the row? Now we are only looking for a 1, 7, 9, and a 4. 1 blocks down here. Yes, 1 must go here or here. 1, 4, 7, 9. 9 must go here or here, therefore it can't go here. 9 could go here and here. 1, 4, 7, 9. Come on, come on. No, really? So let's do something else. One of these. A 6 and a 2, obviously. So 2 blocks over, giving me a 6 here and a 2 here. Maybe that's how we crack it. Now we have a 6 blocking across here and here, and we have 2 6s blocking these two squares. So here's a 6. Do we all remember how these were 5 and 7s? Now we have this 5 blocking across, so here's a 7 and here's a 5. We know that these are 5 and 9. The 5 here now forces a 9 to go here, and this must be our 5. This 9 blocks down, this blocks over, here's another 9. Still now looking for a 3, 5, and a 4 for these squares. The 5 blocks down, of course, here is the 5, here is the 4, here is the 3. Now we have a 3 here and an 8 here, and therefore an 8 over here, and also a 5 now has been found. Here we are looking for a 4 and a 3. The 3 blocks over, giving me a 4 here and a 3 here. That again gives me 2 squares to find, namely a 9 and one more. What's the other one? A 7. The 7, of course, blocks here. So here's a 7, here is a 9. Now this has got to be a 9, and this can only be a 4 now, giving me a 4 here and a 1 here. Therefore, we have a 1 here, and the last number in this puzzle is a 7. It goes here. And thus, we solved today's New York Times Art Puzzle. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.